Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Share, like, subscribe if you're interested in benzodiazepine withdrawal. Okay, so I took the weekend off, just kind of needed a break, and it kind of fluctuated. Nothing was too different, so I was kind of like, okay, well, I'm to the point where it's not extremely different from one day to the next at this point. Let's see. Okay, so for the past couple days, I did get a cold, and I really do feel like the cold kind of set me back. It messed with my my nervous system, and it just kind of set me back. It kind of messed with some stuff. Let me get rid of that. Because that yucky feeling, that pressure in my chest, it came back, and what else? So that yucky feeling, and then I don't know if it's insomnia or what, or if that like bee sound in my ears came back. It just came back after I got sick. So I think I have the cold for about 4 days. It's hard because I don't know what is the withdrawal. I don't know what is the cold, but I do know that when I caught the cold, everything was stuffy. Like my head was stuffy, my nose was stuffy, I was sneezing, and my daughter was sick. So that's how I know like it was a cold. And then throughout those days, it just kind of like some of my old symptoms from my withdrawal came back. But I think it's just a matter of like completely being healed. If you're kind of going through it and you catch something, of course it's going to be harder, because my kids had it and they were still going to school and still doing whatever they needed to do, because it wasn't terrible. But for me, it's just, it kind of hits me harder. And I think it's just because your body's out of whack and it takes some time to feel better. At this point, I would say that it's extremely hard. When I had about a week before I caught the cold, where I wasn't feeling like dog shit in the morning, and after catching it, you know, I definitely feel like there's some hurdles that I have to get over again. So I'm a bit frustrated. I think if I could do it again, I would have done it in summer. And the reason for that is, you know, the chills are the worst because I'm always cold. So I feel like if I would have done it in the summertime, I can handle the heat a lot more than I can handle the cold. And the chills, I feel like they would have been less if I would have done them during summer. And then the other thing is you have less risk of getting sick. So that's kind of like one takeaway, is I wish I would have done it during the summer or maybe even spring, but just not in winter. Because mentally I feel really fragile, I guess. Physically I don't feel good, and then mentally I wouldn't say I feel numb, because I feel things, but I feel overwhelmed really easy. So like if my son coughs, I could just feel overwhelmed. Like, is he getting sick? Things that absolutely never got to me before. Never. If my kids get sick, it does get to me, but like not from something really simple like a cough or a sneeze. I just feel really emotional. That's like a big takeaway. I feel really emotional. If people are fighting and stuff, it kind of brings me to my knees. Like I have to really try really hard to hold it together because it's really intense. So like intense emotions, for the people around me, it can really be difficult emotionally, because emotionally I feel really fragile. I still feel down, but there are glimpses of feeling okay. But for the most part, I still do feel pretty down, and just sad. And you know, there's no time limit. It's just, it is what it is. And it's just, so it's hard to be okay with it when there's no time frame. Like when you catch a cold or whatever, you know that it's going to run its course in so much time. But with something like this, it just, one day rolls into the next, and as you still feel like shit, it starts to, for me, it starts to pick up my, I wouldn't say anxiety because it's not anxiety, but like in between anxiety and frustration. Like I just feel like, am I ever going to be okay again? And in my head, I know it, but it's just like around 50 days, 49 or 50. I can't remember exactly. It feels like that's a long time. And to wake up and feel like all night last night, I was feeling just this like electric pressure in my chest and in my arms and legs. Like it wasn't anxiety, but it was really uncomfortable. It was just an uncomfortable feeling. And then I had the buzzing in my ears. And it just, yeah, it just, to be relieved of that for a whole week and then to get a cold, it was just, whoa. And then my head filled up, my ear pressure got worse, and I just was really feeling dark. It can become overwhelming when your body doesn't work and your mind doesn't work. If I could take one, I would have my mind be okay. I could handle my body not being okay more than I can handle my mind not being okay. Because my mind not being okay, it just goes to dark places. And if you've been through any sort of thing where it's emotional, mental, you would understand, like, it's hard when you can't be happy, and it's hard when you can't feel okay. It's so hard. And I'm just trying to tell myself that this is part of the process. It won't last forever. And it's not that I believe it or I feel it, but I tell myself that because my head knows that. But it's hard to feel that right now because it's been going on so long. And so I just have to remind myself, you know, that you're going to be happy one day. That it's not even a numb feeling. It's just it's either like a whatever feeling or an overwhelming feeling. Those are the two feelings I feel. Either overwhelmed or It's so hard to describe. But I'm just trying to do the best I can to share what this is like for me. I'm still not working. I'm still can't go to work. You know, just, I don't want to commit to something that every day is an up and down. I just don't even want to commit to. Somebody to put their, you know, give me a job and then me have to, I just can't do it today. And so, yeah, I'm not working right now. And I think the length of this is the worst, because if you knew it was going to be over in 2 weeks, you can write it out so much easier than just not knowing and just feeling awful all the time. And that's it. You just feel like that. You look at people around you that are dancing and singing, and it just feels so far away. Feels like that is going to be so far away, where I am feeling like that. again. And that makes me extremely, extremely sad. No one wants to feel like this, especially just getting off of a medication. You shouldn't be feeling like this. And I can't even cry. Like, I want to cry, but I can't. It's just numbed out, I guess. So that's kind of where I am today, guys. I will possibly do a live tomorrow. Every day is so different. But I will be back on tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Bye.